Do you want to buy a home in the Palm Springs area, but you're worried about the carrying costs? Well, with this home right here, today I'm going to use that as a case study, and I'm going to show you how the carrying cost won't be such a problem if you do these things that I'm going to mention in this video. Here's the strategy, how you could find the perfect second home or vacation home for you and your family, but also not have to worry about the carrying cost. And you're looking at it right behind me. Today, we are in PGA West Signature, and this community allows short-term rentals, and that's the secret. Finding a home that you could buy that you like, but also guests would like too to use as a short-term rental. So we're gonna go from basically A to Z on what cities, what HOAs allow it, your criteria, the management of the property, and also what a property should look like to be a successful short-term rental. So this is like, the video is gonna encompass everything. By the way, like and subscribe. I see a lot of you, you're watching, you're not subscribing. I can't talk right now, but you gotta do it, okay? It helps the channel grow and helps this video to reach more people. So let's talk about this home. This home is a successful short-term rentals. It's 3 beds, 2,200 square feet, 2 baths, and I think it's 2.5 baths actually. And it's used for someone, for their family, but also to use as a short-term rental. And one of the reasons why is this home is located in a community that actually allows short-term rentals. See, there are a few cities in the Palm Springs area that allow short-term rentals. You have Palm Springs is more friendly for short-term rentals, and also you have Indio. Okay, sorry, I'm not doing this with a script, and I'm getting really distracted because my wife right here, you'll see her once we get inside, she has our little 1-month-old on her front pack, and it's throwing me off. Okay. So the cities that allow short-term rentals are Palm Springs and Indio. Overall, that's where you're gonna find a lot of the investors going. But maybe you don't wanna live in Palm Springs or Indio. Maybe you wanna be somewhere like Palm Desert or La Quinta. Well, here's the trick. Within those cities, you have HOAs that allow short-term rentals, and those HOA rules supersede the city rules. So for example, here we are in La Quinta and PGA West. Nowadays, most of PGA West doesn't allow short-term rentals, besides a few of the people who got permits through the city of La Quinta and now they're grandfathered in. But PGA West Signature, one of the newest communities in PGA West, one, it's new, but also they allow short-term rentals, so that's why this is very popular. So that's I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about, because you might not want to be in a certain city and you might be able to do short-term rentals in there, and that's when you just want to reach out to me, not someone like me, just reach out to me, because I could take your criteria and maybe you want to be in Palm Desert and I could find a great community like Monterey or Palm Valley or Desert Falls or another community like that. So let's go inside and I want to talk to you about what a property should look like if you're going to do short-term rentals. One is just a very modern house, okay? People like light and bright. People like very contemporary kind of furniture like this. You know, this attracts people. You have to think when you're buying a property to be used as a rental, not just think about what you want in your style, but also think about what a renter would like. And I sort of skipped a step here. Come over here, wifey, Samantha, that's her name. It's like, I'm breaking the third wall here or whatever, the fourth wall, whatever they say. This community in PGA West Signature has a lot of amenities, and I'm showing you them right now on a drone. You could see that there's a little clubhouse. You could see there's a fitness center. There's a community pool, and all of that is a quick walk away from this house. So not only does this house has stunning west or south facing views right here of these mountains, but on top of that, you also have amenities outside of this house at this little clubhouse. And another reason why, say someone would want to, rent here in PGA West Signature is that PGA West has a ton of great golf courses. They have private and they have public golf courses. So you have to think of all these. Why would someone want to rent this house? You know, say you see this house that looks great and maybe it could be used as a short-term rental, but does it have a lot of amenities? What's it nearby? You know, where are the restaurants? All those sort of things. So for example, this home isn't far from Empire Polo Field, so you have Coachella and Stagecoach. Both of those are huge money earners, or they bring in a ton of revenue for the city, but also for everyone who owns investment properties like this, you know? So this house checks a lot of those boxes because of that. And you could see how they sort of have this house behind me. And like I said, you know, if I have your criteria, it doesn't matter if you want to buy a $1.3 million home like this or a condo townhome. You know, with my partner, I'll just say his name, Drew, property manager I work with a lot, we could take your criteria and find something right for you. So like this home, for example, you have your Keurig, you have your little coffee station. They just had this home cleaned, so it smells amazing. I mean, you could literally smell the cleanness as you walk in. But let's just walk through this home right here so you can sort of get an idea of this property. You have a laundry room over here. You also have a little powder bath right here. So that's great. Yeah, take a look inside. Go say hi with the baby. This is cute. Look at this. Look at this. There's a little baby right there. There's Samantha, my beautiful wife. So you have that powder room, which is great for guests. Now let's take a look at some of these other. This is a good setup, three beds and 2.5 baths, because then you have, you attract a lot of the market. Like most homes, for example, in Palm Springs are 3.2s, which is great. You know, you have maybe 3 different people renting out this place, or you have, you know, parents with their children, and the children are in the other 2 bedrooms. I mean, this house, for example, the primary bedroom's on the other side of the house. So if someone's coming with friends or family, whatever, there's nice separation between the different bedrooms, or you're not too close to the kids if you have the primary bedroom. So here's another, all these lights nowadays turn off. You don't have to see the toilet, but you know, this is a Jack and Jill kind of setup. I mean, really nice. Take a look at the bedding. I mean, the neutral colors. They have a little artwork. Artwork's important. You want the house to pop. You don't want it to be so blah. White walls are nice, but without color and without little accents like this, these pops, it's just a boring house. And you know, these kind of things make a difference when people are, and that's why I always advise to work with a property manager if you don't currently own short-term rentals, if you're not doing this full time, because how you stage the house makes such a difference. If it's like you're sitting on Amazon, you're looking at 2 products, and if one product just has nicer packaging and it looks better, you might end up in just like better photos, you might just get that product. So if people see this home and it looks more appealing when people are on Airbnb or VRBO, people just based off the photos will book that home, and this person will end up, you know, making more throughout the year by just having nicer furniture. I mean, it's crazy, and that's why it helps to have someone else, you know, in the process from the start, right? So, like for example, how would you do this? Well, say you'd reach out to me, I'd find out your criteria, and then I would talk to you about what you want, because I also started off the video talking about buying a second home. So with you buying a second home, we want to find something first that works for you, regardless of what city, and then we find an HOA that allows it if the city doesn't allow it. And then, say a property like this, let's just walk over to the bathroom so you could take a look. I would work with my property manager, and we'd find out for you before we even made an offer what this property would gross and what it would net. So before you even made an offer, you would know how much that property would make you. And that's really helpful. That's a lot of peace of mind, because like I was saying, if you're buying this as a second home, you need to then say if this property is going to, you know, make you gross $120,000 per year. Actually, yes, Samantha, if you want to stand right there because the light, that's perfect. If it's going to, you know, gross you $120,000 a year, maybe the property manager says, okay, that's with an 80% occupancy rate. So then you have to think, okay, how much how much time do I want to spend at that property? Maybe for some of my clients who do this strategy, buying a second home and also something that you could short-term rent out, maybe for them, they just want the property to just, cover their cost. With that in mind, they'll say, okay, maybe we'll stay, a month out of the entire year at the home. And that's enough for our family. Because if you look nowadays, let's go outside, it's so pretty. If you look nowadays at hotels, if you look at nightly rates, like if you're looking to book and you're coming, say, around February or March, that hotel or Airbnb could end up costing like $800 to $1,000 a night, and then you come in summer and it's like $300 a night. So if you're coming out here for 10 years in a row and you're staying for a month or two, that ends up being like the cost of a mortgage. Very expensive. So with you buying a home that you could have as your second residence for you and your family, but also rent it out as a short-term rental, it's the best of both worlds, and you're actually building equity in something. You now have an asset that's going to appreciate in value, and then you could now turn around and sell it in a few years. A lot of these homes, I've actually sold some in here as well. And by the way, if you're interested, I have the inside scoop on this property. It's fully furnished short-term rental. Just reach out to me and I can help you out if you're interested. I sold another short-term rental in here a few years ago, and we sold it for like around 1.3, and the owners paid like $700,000 for it. So that's the thing with a lot of these cities banning short-term rentals. If there are areas within a city that allow it, like an HOA, man, the property values just go up because then people want to do the strategy I'm talking to you about. So back what I was saying a little bit earlier, maybe you're someone who says, you know what, we want to be at the property all season long and we're just hoping it covers half our bills. Then you could do that. You have so much flexibility and there are a lot of options. And that's why I wanted to make this video. Come over here, let's check out this pool. I mean, look, they have this set up as the perfect vacation rental with a fire pit. We have a little putting green over there. I mean, it's just gorgeous. You don't have to buy the home and be like, oh, it's a vacation rental, I need to rent it out all the time, nonstop. It could be something that, maybe just brings in enough profit for you that makes having a second home a reality. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you. If you have comments, let me know in the description of this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And like I said, if you're interested in this property, I got the inside scoop. Or if you're looking for someone to market your home like this, because I'm doing this for a lot of sellers nowadays, please give me a call. I would love to help you. And let me show you my wife real quick because she's cute. She's really cute. Say hi. There we go. See? So that is, how old is he now? He's 7 weeks. You might not be able to hear her, but anyways, we used to make like more videos as a family, but nowadays with 4 children, there's too many kids, so this is as good as it gets. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.